Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome people to Footy Judgment. We know why I am starting on a solo because Husam is late. Of course, Husam is absolutely late. We all know that. That's why the show is late by about 10 minutes. He just joined and he's not
I'm
having
literally
even his
here for
camera
don't
on.
lie.
His camera's not even on. And but listen. It's gonna be a good show. Topics about this show, but hit that like button before you go on. Are we wrong in criticizing Arsenal? Us, me, Jess, Ashraf, Dayo, Dawood, Husam, we're all criticizing Arsenal lately. We're all doubting Arteta. We're all doubting that he can do the job. Are we wrong? A brilliant performance yesterday by Bukayo Saka and the rest of them to win against Monaco and probably clinch a top 8 position in the Champions League. Are we wrong? Are we all overreacting? Because a lot of people are actually telling me in the comment section after and on live chat that I'm very harsh on Arsenal, and we are all very harsh on Arsenal, and we have to wait and see what they do this season and don't lose hope. Arsenal are going to come back. Arteta's the right man for the job. These players are good enough to win the league. That is what everyone is telling us. Are we wrong then? This is what I want your opinion, of course, on the show, and I want your opinion after the show to see what we're talking about. And we analyze Arsenal's game yesterday. It's Gabriel Jesus. Yes, he missed 2 chances, but he set up an assist. Declan Rice played the 6, and Skelly, absolutely brilliant. Should Arteta have relied on him earlier? Which we're going to talk about this. But also the other topic is Manchester City are finished. They have 1 win in 10. Pep Guardiola has never faced this in his career. He calls out his players, but in the same time, he says they're very good players. Listen, I don't know if Man City can recover from this. They're actually facing complete elimination from the Champions League, which is something that you can never have imagined that Man City will be facing elimination if they lose away to PSG, which is, we can see this happening, of course. But listen, before we go on, we're here with the panel, of course, you know, all of them, of course, is Jess, of course, is here from She Knows Arsenal, of course. Kelk, Man City, she's going to get cooked. And the guy that is late.
No.
The guy that is late. But listen, hit that like button if you joined us.
Okay, I'm gonna step out of the stream. Give me a proper intro and I'll come back.
Okay, Husam is late. He's like, you're actually late. Why are you crying, bro? Come on, can we start the stream now? You're late. You're late.
He gives Hamza all that crap about being late all the time.
Exactly. See,
Time for your own medicine, buddy.
He called out Hamza yesterday on the Lahwa like 10 times. And then he's late today.
Listen.
Anyway, top of the league, top of the Champions League, Don Husam. Okay.
Yes, good intro.
Crying already, bro. He's
like
crying
Mr. Olympia.
already, bro. He's crying.
Also, Hamza was 45 minutes late, Kel. Have some shame. I'm 7 minutes
I don't know.
late.
I didn't watch.
Who's 45 minutes late to a stream? That what about
Hamza, I was only 7 minutes late. That's acceptable. And I was late because I had to go get water for my family. See, now you're all the assholes, except Jess. Big up, Jess.
You didn't call him out. Is that because she didn't call you out?
Exactly, yeah. Because she didn't call me out, so big up, Jess.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, so I put a poll. How's everyone doing this morning for us? Morning for Husam as well. He just woke up. I know. 2 hours
That's
ago.
a lie. I woke up an hour ago.
I mean,
I just woke up, so I'm much more relaxed than I was yesterday. You guys missed a great meltdown. I'll just say that. I was screaming very loudly, and I scared my cat, and she ran under the bed in my guest room and didn't come out for like 2 hours. So
yeah,
that's
I
my
feel
week.
okay. Just okay.
Yes,
Like,
I'm no
I'm
reason
glad
to
I
be
can be here today because I would not be here had we had not won that game. You guys know. That would have been ill.
I can't believe you were actually publicly saying this as well.
I had a little bit of a, I was like,
I was told I could
she's
not be
sick.
ill for losing.
She's
So
sick.
so I mean, I feel good. I mean, like, I do think there's a conversation about like the difference between Fulham and Monaco and the way that we set up and how Mikel doesn't like necessarily always use like the right balance and how he got instant, like almost like instant gratification for just playing simple for once. And you don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to move 3 players just because you're missing one. And Miles Lewis-Skelly was on the bench for the Fulham game, but he decided to go with something completely different And I just, so I'm like, just continue with this. Our form actually right now is really good. We have like what, 5 wins and like 1 draw or something. But it's just like, you guys know how I feel. You can't just be good for like a certain period. You have to be good enough to win something. So it's kind of like, we don't win anything, I don't care about this run, you know what I mean? But I thought we were okay against Monaco. I thought we created a lot more clear-cut chances, which is something that a lot of people were like complaining about. We missed the chances, but at least we were creating them, you know? So
I like
yeah.
that. I like that because people, why did he miss chances? Well, you were crying because he didn't create chances against Fulham. But now the team's playing better and creating chances. You're still crying. What do you want the guy to do?
Well, I
To
mean,
be honest with you, Jess, yesterday I was watching. It's not his fault. The freaking Gabriel Jesus and Odegaard just scattered bad in front of the goal, like 1-on-1. Like
it
it's
wasn't
not
it wasn't
And
Arteta.
Conte always said that. Said, my job is to get you in the right place.
Yeah.
Arteta yesterday, the plan was, okay, you play on the shoulder, which is Gabriel. I like Gabriel. A lot of people criticized Gabriel Jesus yesterday, but actually I liked his performance. I know that he missed 2 chances, but you didn't call Odegaard, who's technically more gifted than Gabriel Jesus, and missed the chance completely. At least Jesus hit the target. And I'm like, okay, so Arteta yesterday set up the team well for you to have 3 one-on-ones, right? Okay, it's not his job now. This is not.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
he coached a 5-0. He coached a 5-0 and they didn't put the ball in the back of the net. And I know our players are not clinical, and that's like a whole other conversation, but they quite literally need that amount of chances to be able to, like, you know, score a lot of goals because they're just not clinical. So when we're not creating that amount of chances, we're in trouble. So I just want him to maintain this. Don't ruin it. Don't change it. Just go with this. Whatever this is, whatever you did, just go with this, because I actually enjoyed yesterday a lot more than I did in the games before because we were actually playing decent football. But it's hard to say that because everybody is clouded by the missed chances. I'm like, but look at the football. We were actually creating clear-cut chances that, you know, that ended up in, like, you'll score those. Like, if you get a million of those, you'll score those at one point, you know? So I feel okay about yesterday, but, you know, we'll see. Mikel will see something good and then just tear it up for the next game. I don't know. Oh, and also for people that said that Declan Rice can't play the 6, I need you to.
That's actually bullshit, actually, because he's actually a 6. He won more man of the matches being a 6. Guys, can we get the likes up to 100? We have like 250 people who aren't even on 100 likes. So hit that like button. Of course, guys. I actually wanted to say a couple of things. Jay is saying, Mo, we're talking about Arsenal. Just started talking. We were going to start with City. And Jay, if you want us to move to City, we can. We can move to City and then go back to Arsenal again. I just wanted to say something about Gabriel Jesus when we come back to that conversation. I think the clinical thing about Gabriel Jesus, it will come with time. He needs time. I know that but yesterday, I thought his performance was overall better than Kai Havertz when he plays. The link-up play was better. The movement is better. Across the back line of Monaco, he gave them a headache all the time. And he's not like Kai Havertz. He's not trying to fight. Gabriel Jesus is trying to play football. He's trying to create something. He's trying to play on the shoulders, trying to run behind. I have no idea like what happened to Kai Havertz this season. He's trying to fight instead of trying to play football.
Yeah.
But Gabriel Jesus doesn't score. Yeah, but that will come with time because Gabriel Jesus is not a bad player. He just needs game time.
I don't think he'll ever be a 20 goal per season striker, and I don't think that that's what you're saying. I feel like
do that with De Bruyne setting him up every week.
Yeah,
so
but that's not what he wants. He just want the guy to link up the play, and when he gets 2 chances, he scores 1.
But yeah, I get what Mo is saying, and I think Mo is right because I was saying this on my post match, and you know people were screaming at me, but I'm like, how do you expect a player to get in form without playing any minutes? It just doesn't happen that way. If you've ever played a sport at any level, you need to play to get into form. And nobody wants to see Jesus play right now because they're like, he's bad and Kai is good. But Kai actually played the best that he's played in the last couple of weeks after he was dropped for Jesus. I think Jesus should get more playing time. I do, because otherwise it's like he's useless. and he's closer now to scoring a goal than he was a couple of weeks ago. So, and also he adds other things to the play. He did get an assist, which nobody is mentioning because it's not popular to give him any sort of credit. He's not my favorite player. I think we should move on from him. So I'm not saying he has to stay forever, but we can't just go with Kai Havertz and Saka and no one else. So you got to get somebody else going. And Jesus did not look bad yesterday. I don't know why people are acting like he was like so bad. He just missed the chances that, we know that he's going to miss them chances. So, yeah, I agree. I think he needs to play a little bit more. It doesn't mean he has to start every single game, but starting Kai at nauseum for 6-7 games out of form didn't work either. He scored one in eight games or something like that. Like, it's not like he's scoring a shit ton of goals. So switch it up. Switch it up. You
Yeah.
got Everton, Crystal Palace, Ipswich, Zagreb. He can play in them games. He can play in some of those games. I don't see why not. We're talking about Kai Havertz and Jesus. Switch it up.
It's not Lewandowski and Gabriel Jesus. That's how people act.
Yeah.
People act like it's Gabriel Jesus versus Lewandowski. Oh no, Kai Havertz has to play. Gabriel Jesus is not clinical. Well, no, Kai Havertz he can't finish. People say he can finish. Well, Kai Havertz can finish as well. Like he's not like Mr. Clinical out there. But listen, we're gonna come back to Arsenal, Jay, because I actually did a poll and I just realized now. Here you go. It's actually a lot. 52% want to talk about Arsenal, Jay. So we're gonna keep talking about Arsenal then. I'm not gonna go back unless you guys want to go to City. Finished. It's just what there is to say about City. To be honest, what there is to say. Is there anything to say about City?
Go with what the people decided. If they want us to talk about Arsenal, then we can.
Yeah.
talk about
53% said Arsenal. We got 100 votes. 53% want to talk about Arsenal, and 46 want to talk about City. So Arsenal, though. So are we wrong to criticize Arteta? Were we wrong to criticize Arteta? The form
No,
is
we were
out
not.
there.
I'll tell
Okay,
you why. we were not. Because of what Jess said at the end. Jess ended her mini monologue, mini rant, with saying what? She says, until Arteta decides to screw it up the next game. Meaning, against Everton now, are you also going to do the same stuff you did against Forest and the same stuff you did against Monaco? Or are you going to Fulham that shit again? Yalla, Partey, inverted right back. Let's play defensive. Let's give Everton the ball and try win a corner against Sean Dyche team. It's like Sean Dyche versus Sean Dyche light. It's going to be a hilarious game, to be honest with you, to watch. Everton are shit. And it's not a derby. Like with us, at least it's a derby. So Everton will give 400% and they'll try their best to stop us. Arsenal and Everton don't have a rivalry or anything. This game should end like 5-0 Arsenal, comfortable win. They should slap the shit out of them. So we will see what happens this Saturday. And Everton have been rested for 2 weeks because Everton didn't play the derby and Everton don't have Europe. So Everton have just been sat there for 2 weeks doing nothing. So now,
Everton are
we'll see
crap.
how they perform this Saturday.
No.
Thing is, the problem with Arteta, and there is all this constructive criticism, and I feel like we do this on this show. The problem with Arteta is the following. You switch it up too much. That's why I compared them to Ranieri. The problem is people in the chat, as soon as they listen to Ranieri, they think Leicester. Habib, I've been watching football for a long time. I'm talking about Ranieri from Chelsea days. The Tinker Man, they used to call him, because he used to change stuff every week. The problem with Arteta is he doesn't stick to a certain style, at least. Of course, you have to change players, you have to rotate, you understand that. But the style must remain the same. Meaning, Liverpool with Alisson out for 2 months, same style. Conor Bradley comes in for Trent, same style. Nothing is changing as in the way that we play. Even though sometimes, like in the last game, McAllister suspended. Okay, Curtis Jones comes in, but we play the same way. And that's what's key here. Because Arsenal are capable of attacking. Arsenal are capable of scoring goals. Arsenal are capable of beating Everton by 4 goals. But are they going to go with that offensive style? I don't know. Are Timber and Calafiori or whoever the hell going to be flying up the pitch? Or are they going to be reserved and defensive again? So it depends what they do. Like the Fulham game is a perfect example. You have a team that had 2 shots on target in Fulham. 90 minutes, only 2 shots on target. Fulham were shit in that game. No one can convince me that Fulham did well in anything. Fulham didn't even defend well. Fulham did nothing.
Do anything.
If Fulham were literally like absolutely useless the whole game, to be honest with you. Even Adama Traore, it's not like he ran in behind, done anything like, just
Nothing.
Like,
Really nothing.
Nothing, like literally nothing. You know, every time Fulham got the ball,
Yeah.
they just cleared it, and they were asking Raul Jimenez to beat Saliba for pace. I'm like, good luck, buddy. The guy is like 58 years old. He ain't gonna beat Saliba for pace. So good luck on that. But at the end of the day, the way that Arsenal plays football is not conducive to the likes of Saka performing well and others in the forward line performing well. So yeah,
Do you know
we'll see
what they
how
did yesterday as well? You were doing a watch along for the City game, and I'm sure you were watching Arsenal. Second half, 1-0. Minute 1 in the second half, Arsenal fullback, 11 players behind the ball, giving Monaco the ball, and they conceded in these 20 minutes, they conceded 5 shots, and Mbolo had a chance to equalize, and then it would be hell from there. By the way, and I don't understand. And by the way, I did a video and I asked the people, and they said it's just the players not trusting the back line. I disagree.
No, it's not.
I disagree. It's manager's instruction. Go in the
Come
second
on.
half. Go in the first 15 minutes. We need to keep it 1-0. Because it was very obvious that 11 players behind the ball, including Gabriel Jesus in your half.
We do it every game though. Like against PSG, we did it. Against Shakhtar, we did it. Against Monaco, we did it. Second half, we fall away. The beginning of the second half is always terrible. Like that is consistent this season. So I don't know why people are pretending like, first of all, if there's anybody you should trust in this team, it's our back line. Let's be serious. The most untrustworthy people are up front. Let's be serious for 5 seconds. They're not protecting the back line. Even with Miles Lewis-Skelly and Kiwior back there. I think Arteta does this thing where he's like, just go out there, manage the game. And we're not good at managing the game. We don't have that thing that like, Man City had before, where they would pass you to death for 1,000 passes and like keep possession and the other team would just get passed to death. We don't have that. We don't have the ability to do that. So stop trying to make us do it. And it leaves us susceptible. If Mbolo does is his name Embolo, right? Real Embolo, right? Yeah. If he scores that, we're all shitting our pants, because now we have to score under pressure. So I don't know why we play like that, but it's like Arteta doesn't back us to just score more goals than the other team. He tries to manage every aspect of the game, every minute of the game, and you can't do that in football. You can't manage every single moment. So yeah, it's instruction. If we do it 5 or 6 times on the bounce and nothing changes, it's by instruction. You guys, he's telling them to sit off. It's
and
annoying.
also like, if people say, but he has Kiwior at the back, well, Kiwior looks very good. He has what was his name? Skelly. Skelly looks better than Zinchenko. He looked better than Kiwior at left back. So Skelly played very well. So he had to trust the defense. And I didn't understand the Jorginho sub. Maybe he's resting Arteta for Everton because it's Wednesday and you're playing Saturday. But you controlled the ball after. The problem with Arsenal, if you're looking at the team and you're looking at how they play, actually Arsenal are set to play a high line on the press. You're set. Like your players, you have a speedy back line that can recover. Thomas Partey is not that bad. He inverts. Declan Rice at the 6 can literally cover a lot of spaces. So you can have the people around him, Mikel Merino and everyone going forward to press. But you are trying to set up the team. You're putting your team at risk because Monaco created nothing in the first half when you were pressing and having the ball. But in the second half, you chose this. But again, a lot yesterday, people said, but you're looking at the form. We won 6 and we drew 1. That's a very good form. What makes you doubt Arsenal? I don't know. Husam, you're saying Everton or not Everton. I think they're going to go and smash Everton, to be honest with you. Everton
What makes
1-1
us
game
doubt
in the last 6.
the fact that at the start of the season, Liverpool were the team with the easy run, and then the second game of your easy run, you draw. That's what makes us doubt Arsenal. So if we were going to take Arsenal seriously, we said, even on last week's episode, what did we say? 7 wins in a row. We all agreed. All 4 of us. No one debated it. No one had any problem. We said, the next 7 games, you have to win all of them. What makes anyone think that Arsenal are even in a better place than Chelsea right now? Based on what? Based on just our feelings? Yes,
No, they are not, but they are not. They are not.
I've cooked Chelsea more than anyone else on YouTube for the last 2 years. But this season, they have humbled me and everyone who doubted them because they're performing at a level no one expected. Now, Chelsea are second and Arsenal are third. If Chelsea can keep outscoring teams and keep beating teams 4-2, 4-1, they have 35 goals in 15 games, you guys. That's 2.5 goals like per game. They're scoring goals at an insane rate. And that's why they're above Arsenal right now. And in reverse, Arsenal's problem is lack of scoring goals. So we'll see what happens, because what if we say this? Like, I agree with you. I think Arsenal will slap Everton 100%. But what if the game happens and then it ends 1-1?
But I think
Then-
I think in the next 5 games, Arsenal will actually fall more behind Chelsea.
Okay, then you just proven my point then.
Yeah, Chelsea have a pretty easy run.
I can't yet trust Arteta to go away at Brentford, for example, because of the Fulham game. Forget the Monaco game. Forget the Fulham game. Forget the Everton and the Ipswich game. I'm asking the Arsenal fans, you're going away at Brighton and Brentford. Do you trust Arteta to go and just beat the shit out of them or beat them? Do you, Jess is an Arsenal fan, and I want Arsenal fans in the chat as well to answer me this, because Tevin, you'd say this is hilarious. You're an Arsenal fan. You're a long-time watcher. You're a long-time viewer here. Do you trust Arteta to go away to Brentford, who haven't lost a game at home, and beat them and have the right game plan to beat them? Let me
Look,
ask Jess.
those are the games that we struggle with. It's
Yeah.
not the top 6 games. That's why I don't be worrying when we go up against Chelsea. I don't care. Like, top 6 games, we're fine, because we're gonna set up in a way
Yeah,
where we
that's
know
a
we're not
draw.
gonna lose, and we'll probably nick it. So it's not those games, and it's really not even like Southampton. It's not those games either, because we're just too good to lose to them. Really, it's really like Fulham, Brighton, those types of teams. Brentford, upper mid-table teams with guys that can actually hurt you and coaches that are smart enough to set up their team to stop our right-hand side. Those are the teams I worry about. And so Brentford is a worry to me. It shouldn't be. We should feel like we're going to go up there like we did in 2022, 2023 and slap them for 3 goals. That's how we should feel, but we don't, because we've changed the way that we approach games. So, yeah, I think as an Arsenal fan, you should feel confident that we have enough talent to beat these teams and that we should beat 90% of the teams in this league. But the reality is that we dropped too many points to
Yeah.
those types of teams, because all you have to do is set up decently well to beat us. That's it.
Also, I'll say one thing. Look at the way Jess is talking. Look, Arsenal have dropped way too many points for Jess to trust them fully yet. Even as an Arsenal fan herself. I'm talking about full trust. I'm talking about, Husam, do you think you're going to beat Fulham at home this Sunday? Yes, we're going to slap them. Done. I know this. I'm good. Barring a disaster, we're going to slap up Fulham this Saturday, and it's going to be a great game. But if I ask all Arsenal fans right now, like, are you confident you're going to win the next 6 games? Some might say yes, but I'm talking about maybe like last year towards the end, or like in other periods, they would be a lot more confident, saying stuff like, yes, we're going to slap them, we're going to destroy them, blah, blah, blah. I feel like Arteta just goes back on his laurels, to be honest with you. Just doesn't stick to what he's supposed to do. That's the thing that bothered me. And the thing is, I love the world of YouTube. The Arsenal fans in the chat now are calling us rattled and haters and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
of course.
And me and Mo in the first month of the season
really?
were accused of
Oh,
twerking.
yeah.
for
You're not
Arsenal.
watching the chat?
So you cannot win.
No.
So when you praise Arsenal, you're twerking.
Yeah.
And when you criticize
Yeah.
Arsenal, you're a hater. Khalas. Let's not talk about
No,
Arsenal because they're very sensitive.
No, I don't actually think like you guys are saying anything that is like wild or hater or anything like that. It's just
Thank
look at
you.
our results. Look at our results. Look at the performances as well, because sometimes the performances are inconsistent. Nobody can sit there and say 100% they feel like we're going to win these next couple of games. Like, we should. There's a difference between we should and whether or not you believe that we will. Like, it's just this season, you can't be sitting here talking about, yeah, for sure.
Mo, can you
But
put
we
up
should.
Goni's comment again, please? Very important to put up Goni's comment. The same comment you just put up. 2 things I'll tell you right now. I have no problem with your comment if, as soon as we get to the City section, you publicly admit that the only reason why City are losing games is because they're injuries in defense, because they have had Akanji injured, and Ake injured, and Ruben Diaz injured, and Kyle Walker
And
injured, and
Stones.
Rico Lewis injured. Every
And
single one of them
Rodri,
is
the most
injured.
important
Oh,
DSM.
Walker.
Every single
Walker's
one of them
been
has
out
been
too.
injured at a
That was
certain
probably
point
a good thing.
time in season. And they've had their
Hold on.
goalkeeper substituted, and Rodri's been injured, and Kevin De Bruyne has been injured. So using your logic, the only
did
reason why
Salah
City are
season.
losing games is injuries, number 1. Number 2, Liverpool have had injuries this season. Trent was out for a month and a half. Alisson was out. Konate was out and is out even currently right now. Tsimikas, who is our starting left back. People need to deep. He's our starting fucking left back. Is out. Curtis Jones came back from injury. Harvey Elliott, we've only seen him play 50 minutes this whole season. Chiesa, we signed him with no knees, no hamstring. We ain't even seen him fucking play yet. Jota is injured as well. That's 8 players I named you out of my team that's injured. If you're going to keep using injuries as an excuse from now to the end of the season, then you're just never ever going to hold your team accountable, because guess what? In the world of football, injuries occur. You have to put yourself in a position where you're fucking ready for injuries. Meaning, I can't criticize Arsenal if they get an injury in defense. Why? Because they came into the season with a defense ready. Even their squad depth from a defensive perspective, they have it. They have very good squad depth defensively. They've got Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior, Tomiyasu, Calafiori, Timber. That's 6 already. Then you got Zinchenko, Tierney. So they came into the season prepared. But the other positions, the Odegaard injury as an example, you don't have a 10 to replace him. You actually do in Nwaneri, but your manager doesn't play him as an example. The DM position, you've got a Jorginho there who maybe can come in one game or the other. Your forward line, you have no Saka replacement, and you have no other player who can score goals. So you have to come in ready. You want to know why, Goni, I say this? Because I keep the same energy towards my own club. Ask Mo what I was screaming about the whole summer. I've been screaming about this shit. You want to know why? Because Jota's made from Weetabix. Now I have to watch this guy with no IQ, no brain, useless. I don't want to insult him and demonetize Mo's stream, but you know, I've already insulted the shit out of him. I've had enough of this guy playing up top for me. Why? Because we still think that Jota's going to be fit for a whole season, which doesn't exist in reality. We have to exist in reality. Someone will get injured at some point in time. Konate, he has knees made from biscuits. Every year he plays 11 games, but I'm supposed to rely on Konate for a whole season. That's why I'm saying you have to come into the season prepared, specifically the players that you fucking know are injury prone, like a Thomas Partey, who's been your best midfielder this season. Would it shock anyone if he's out for a month? No. You know why? Because he has an injury once a year. So this is the thing with this conversation. Stop using injuries as an excuse, because we're talking about style, not personnel. I'm talking about style. Even Pep, he's losing right now, right? Even with their injuries, they still play the same style, possession, attack, blah, 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 because they believe in the way that they play him. Arteta's tinkering it. Every game, let me change this, let me change that, let me change this, let me change that. Arsenal fans are saying this, never mind us. You're telling me the same team that played against Forest is the same team that played against Fulham? But, like, nothing changed to the point where you're going to have 0.2 XG. If I was the striker and Kel was the left winger and Jess was the right winger, we'd have more than 0.2 XG. Just shoot at the fucking goal. Take some risks. All of a sudden, you have higher than 0.2 XG. So this is what you have to call about your own club. 0.2 XG from open play, of course, but corners, we know.
Yeah, no, that's all we had, 0.2. But you know what? Can I add on to that, though? Because people are like, oh, we have injuries at the back. I'm like, injuries at the back should mean that you concede more goals. Maybe I'm simplistic, but I just feel like if getting injuries at the back means you can't create chances, then the system is not good. I'm so sorry, because
look who he's basing his system off of. That's his.
I'm sorry.
Like, look who he's basing his system off of. Like, Arteta is a Pep disciple, so of course he's going to build out from the back. But the
fullbacks do not collapse your system. I'm so sorry, because Pep has never made it so that he can't create any chances without his fullbacks. You guys have never been that bereft.
You're watching this season.
But this is the first time in ever. This is the first time in ever. To me, that's more of an anomaly than a consistency. You guys have been consistently, no matter who's in your team, outside of this season, being able to create loads of chances, right? Arteta goes through large parts of seasons, except for in one season, he's been here for 5, with weird attacking principles. And if he misses one player, it's like it all collapses. I just don't think that we should have to have Calafiori to create more than 0.2 XG open play against Fulham.
Thank you.
I just don't feel like in my soul, as a football fan, that makes sense. And I have people telling me, yeah, but we haven't had the same fullback. We haven't had the same fullback. I don't care. I really don't. I really don't. Because you should have another way of being able to attack from open play outside of Calafiori coming inside and doing all the work for our midfield. What is Marino there for? What is Rice there for? What is Partey there for? What's Odegaard there for? Make them midfield. I don't get it, you know? And then on top of that, there are people that are like, but Calafiori, Well, everything is debunked once you watch Miles Lewis-Skelly because he was there for the Fulham game. He's a player that can play just like Calafiori and Zinchenko, which is obviously paramount to this system being able to work. And you didn't do that. You played Timber and Rice and Trossard, 3 right footers on the left against Fulham, and we played like donkey poo. So I don't want to hear it. He needs to do better with what he has. Stop making excuses. Yes, injuries are shit, and your quality will go down, obviously, but it should never be what we're seeing. Fulham was an abomination. It was an
Fulham are a
abomination.
good team. People keep underrating them.
It's not about
They're a
what
very
they're
good team this
doing.
year.
But Kel, it's not about what they're doing. It's about what we did when we had the ball. We had like the ball almost the entire game. So even if they do sit back and defend well, which is all they did, because Husam said it,
Ow.
they didn't really have to
Sorry.
do anything. They didn't really attack us multiple times. They didn't have a bunch of chances. They weren't cutting through us. One chance, one goal. That's it. Just like Newcastle. One chance, one goal, end of the game. You know? So I focused on what my team is doing. I get that there are teams that play well, but everybody went into that game feeling like Arsenal should be winning that game. And it can't just change because we didn't do what we were meant to do. That was probably the easiest game Fulham's played all season. Easiest game.
Fact.
You know?
Fact.
So, yeah. The point is play Miles
Also, Cal, when
Lewis-Skelly.
you say Fulham are a good team, we're not disagreeing that Fulham are a good
Yeah.
team, but two things. Number one, Arsenal are still expected to beat them if they're in a title race. That's the thing, number one. And number two, Arsenal didn't face a Fulham that wanted to do everything to get the 3 points. Fulham were just, to be honest with you, they just turned up and got a point.
Well, they're at home. Sometimes you get away with that at home, and they did. Well, they got away with the draw. Good enough.
By the way, it was so easy to Fulham on that first goal. And that's the plan. They tried that. It worked one time. They defended the rest of the game. I'm just gonna say a couple of things about Arsenal and the system and Arteta and everything. It cannot be 5 years and we're still sitting here questioning the system with full.
That is wow.
I'm being serious, by the way.
He still needs some more forward.
We cannot be
Nothing
after
better.
5 years. Imagine if we're sitting here after Pep Guardiola 4 years into the management and we're questioning, can they create without fullbacks? What is this? Imagine if Arne Slot 2 years from now, and Arne Slot, by the way, if your fullbacks are out, can you create? What? You have been coaching this team for 3 years with the same players. You can't be relying on the fullbacks because that's what people say now. As Jess said, Calafiori is out, so we're not going to create from the left side at all. What does Calafiori have to do with this? He needs to figure it out. He had enough time on the training ground. That is the thing. And we're going to repeat it again. Arsenal are under pressure. You cannot be falling behind again.
Yes.
This is it.
Arteta, you must never
Habibi,
forget.
This is it. This is it.
Their season
your
is
last
good for what they
chance.
win this season.
I can't believe we're
They need to win a
this
trophy,
wrong.
at least one.
Yes,
Probably
I can't
more.
believe we're this wrong about Arsenal. I swear, no one expected this. No one thought they're gonna be this shit. It's just, it just makes no sense. I thought they'd play. The reason why I said Arsenal are gonna win the league, I thought they'd play more like what they did second half of last season, and
You
now
should
they're
have
just.
been
Yeah,
listening
so
to me,
did
'cause
I.
I said from the beginning of the season
That
we wouldn't be
worked.
in the title race. You should have been listening to me. I know my
You said
team.
what?
Yeah, I said it from the beginning. We didn't do enough. We didn't do
No,
enough.
but,
in the transfer
sorry.
window.
City are out. You wouldn't have
Nobody saw that
expected
coming.
Liverpool to be to be that good. How? Where did that come from? Like,
I
how?
mean,
That's just in
Listen,
the air.
listen. All I'm saying is that I
You
knew
know
from
football,
the beginning.
yes, but
In my goal, in my stomach,
you
I
don't
was
have the
like,
crystal ball.
we're about
I
to,
won that
we're
one.
about to
I won.
collapse this season. Because you could just feel it. I've been around Arsenal. We've had projects like this in the past where we have like 2 players that we needed to get. We didn't get it. Other teams improved,
Yeah.
like Chelsea. Chelsea improved. It's happening again. It's football doesn't change. It doesn't. If you don't take your opportunities when you have them, they don't appear again. And then you're not ready. So, I mean, I didn't think that maybe I didn't anticipate us being 6 points or whatever it is off the top, but I knew that we wouldn't be as good as we were in the prior seasons. I don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I've been watching Arsenal for 20 years. we always we always plateau, and then somebody goes above us, and then we crumble, and then they have to start the project over. So I don't know, but I don't know why y'all thought we were gonna win the league.
We all thought you're gonna win the league. It just makes
I
sense.
didn't.
Why?
I didn't think
What
you
did
were
we
because you
do in
didn't
the
sign a
summer that
striker.
made you guys think we were
It
gonna win the
only
league?
made sense. Liverpool have a
It's
new
not even about the summer, Jess. It's the fact that the way that you're playing in the last 6 months, the last year, you won 16 out of 18. I thought
Yeah,
you were going to continue the form.
Okay, I kind of understand that part. Yeah.
Plus,
But-
Liverpool signed no one, and City sold Alvarez, didn't get a replacement. So I was
But
like,
you guys have a world class like standard of player in your team already that exists.
four
Like,
of them.
yeah,
They're like
we
three.
Yeah,
know.
but we had them for the last 4 years and didn't win a league.
Yeah, but that's because you're going up against
More than we
that
do.
city. That city. We know that. We know
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool would have won. You guys were having 99-point seasons. We haven't even scratched 90 yet. Liverpool are different. Like,
Yeah.
that's different. I don't know. It's different. So
No, I think every single thing pointed towards you winning the league. I think you're wrong.
well, I'm not saying that people
You're
didn't
not
say
wrong
it. I'm just
now, are you? You're
confused.
not wrong now, are you? You're not wrong now.
I can't believe people thought that, like, I don't know. Yeah.
Absolutely, in the summer, I picked Arsenal to win the league, and I don't do
Just because
predictions based on
off
hope.
of vibes?
No.
Just vibes?
No, it wasn't vibes.
Okay, let me explain to you, people that
Please.
watch me. Listen, guys, we cannot have over 500 people and not even in 200. Guys, the like button underneath the live chat. Liverpool didn't do any business. They still had no DM. They had no coverage for Konate, who was gonna get injured and got injured. And they have Kwanzaa and Gomez, right? Liverpool did not sign a striker, and I did a lot of shows, and I said Jota is not good enough because he will get injured and you will struggle. So that this is them. They're gonna struggle. I think you cannot rely on Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo because they're unreliable. They have a new manager who hasn't coached in the Premier League. We didn't have a crystal ball to know that Arne Slot will be this genius. We didn't have it. On the other hand, Arsenal have signed a left 8 that they needed all the time. Has signed a left back in Calafiori, who they wanted all along to replace Zinchenko and instead of Kivior playing. Timba is a new signing because he played 90 minutes last season. So it's a new signing for you. Thomas Partey's back fit, who 2 seasons ago, your season collapsed when he got injured. Bukayo Saka's more experienced, right? Kai Havertz came off a pretty good second half of the season, scoring 14 goals. He is equal to Erling Haaland in GA, believe it or not, in 2024. Mikel Arteta is a year more experienced, right? In the last 18 games, you literally won 16 games. Everything pointed to Arsenal. Pep Guardiola's coming from a 4-peat. They sold Alvarez. They got Gundogan back. I changed a little bit after Gundogan. I said, Gundogan might tip it against them, but then Rodri got injured. Everything pointed to Arsenal winning the league, Jess. Everything. No one saw this coming. No one.
Except me.
Who thought that Kai Havertz would be coming from a 14-goal second half of the season to this Kai Havertz again?
Maybe
Well, this is like what Kai Havertz has been his whole
Who thought
career.
the Arteta? Who thought the
Kelly
Arteta will
just said
completely
it.
change?
Kelly just said it. Like, Kai Havertz is never going to be what
He's
people
not
think
that guy.
he is.
The problem is that you have 2 strikers who are like that too. Havertz and Jesus. Neither one of them have ever been consistent. So once you guys sign a striker this summer,
Can I just address something, guys, before you go on? Yeah. Why are you so thick, Connor? You're so thick, bro. I'm talking about Arsenal. What does this have to do with the interview? Do you watch YouTube with your brain or with your ass, bro? Seriously, bro. Just watch the stream and listen, bro. Why is people so sick? I'm talking about Arsenal. What is Inter losing to Leverkusen and us being shit against Leverkusen has to do with me stating facts and opinions about Arsenal. It is so strange. Some people are just sick, bro, and apparently you're one of them, bro.
He missed
apparently
that
you're just one of them.
That's funny.
Watch along on this app.
No, I get what you guys are saying, but early days, I've like probably first 3 games of the season, I said that we'd probably finish 3rd, and I had Man City above us and Liverpool above us. I didn't really know about Chelsea, but they basically just swapped the position with Man City. I think I just get a feeling with the team. I just know, like, we don't have enough, and so this should be our season.
You actually
It should
predicted
be.
Liverpool above Arsenal?
I
This
did
is
early days,
Yeah, the
early,
first one.
early,
He's the only one
early.
on YouTube, probably.
because it's not.
Might be the only one who done that on this whole app.
I just felt like Liverpool looked like a team that is going to win the title. I just feel like a title winning team, you don't have to look through the cracks and see it. It's and predict. They just look like they're going to run down the table and just do their thing. And Liverpool look like that team right now. I don't anticipate a huge collapse from them. Just because we collapse like that doesn't mean they're going to. So I don't know like what people are watching. Unless it's like a catastrophic collapse from Liverpool, they really should be kind of just jogging towards, because they're not really struggling winning games. If they do struggle on the odd chance, they still get it over the line, which is something that we just don't do. Any little bit of adversity and we're shitting our pants. Like, I just watch the football. Like, I don't know, but it should be our year. And it's not. And the fact that it's not is a problem.
But is it
So I agree with
salvageable,
that.
though? You can salvage the year. You can salvage the year. You can try to win the Champions League. Only Liverpool look very strong. You can try. Still, the league is still on.
Yeah, we should
People are
still
not
try to do
guaranteed.
everything that we can to win it. Absolutely. Like, I don't expect us to just like quit.
Yeah.
But I think
it's
you have to
January.
say in December that this is not really where you want to be if you want to win the Premier League.
Yeah, but
I think
everyone
most
admits
people
that,
would say
Jets. No, okay. I see. Okay, Arsenal fans in the chat as well, because people calling you a negative fan. Okay, which is fine. We have agendas. You're a negative fan. That's fine. Everyone is entitled to your opinion. People in the chat. That's great. The question that she asked is what Husam asked everywhere he goes, and what I ask: is this where you expect it to be? December 13th today. Is this where you expect it to be? You can put context into it. Is this what with all the context, did you expect Chelsea to be ahead of you at 2 points?
Yeah.
Did you expect Liverpool to be 6 points ahead of you with a game in hand? With City doing this bad, by the way, you going away at the Etihad and getting a point. What? Why do people think that we just have agendas?
I mean,
Why
not
can't they
even
see the
just,
point of view? I don't understand this.
not even just the results, Mo. Did you expect at this stage, after what we did in 2024, to be still talking about the system and creating chances and looking like score? Did you expect that? Because even if you just take the results away, the football is not title winning football. And we've watched title winners you guys have watched the Premier League like your whole lives. You know what it looks like. It doesn't look different. It doesn't. A title winning side looks like one. It's never a surprise. It was a surprise with Leicester, and look at that. That doesn't happen again. Title winners look like it. We don't look like it right now. So I don't know why people are saying that I'm being negative, because I know y'all feel it in your guts. You just don't want to admit it. Like, it's not.
Do you know what Dio told me the other day on our stream after the Fulham game? He said, if I don't believe, why I'm watching the football?
And you know what? I do understand that thought process, because as a fan, there has to be an element of delusion for you to enjoy it, because 99% of us are never going to watch our teams win anything. So I get that. There has to be an element of delusion. I get that. But as a YouTuber, I can't just live in delusion. Like, you guys are asking me to analyze the game, so I have to analyze it in reality. But if you're just a fan, yeah, if you don't believe anything, then just stop watching. So I get that. But what do you guys expect me to tell you?
She just cooked the shit out of the rest of the Arsenal fan base.
As of, you have to have a little element of delusion. I get that. You know? You do. How do you think Spurs fans survive?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, she went there.
I've tried asking them. I've never gotten a cohesive response.
Okay, let me do these super chats. Pep is gaslighting with his khalas football. We'll talk about Pep. Shukla, we'll talk about Pep. That's different.
Yay.
Salmani, Mbuemo Anwisa masterclass.
Yes, we need Chelsea to lose, inshallah, this Sunday. Come on, Mbuemo.
Are they playing at G-Tech?
No.
No.
No, I think they're at the bridge.
They're at the bridge. They're gonna win.
Right.
Sanchez, you know what to
You
do. We
guys
need
know
an-
that Brentford have a horrific away form.
Yeah,
right?
Don't worry about
that's why I asked.
Yeah, they're
I
at
was
the
like,
bridge.
forget it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Sanchez
yeah.
will help us. Sanchez, we need an assist this Sunday. Let's go.
Oh, they're
Devin?
doing Sunday night games. People
Okay,
are gonna be mad
before I
about
go to
that.
do the rest of the super chat, Tevin. No one said that. Okay, this is this is this is Tevin.
You're
It's all
such a
over.
drama
Tevin-
queen, Tevin. You're such a
So drama, like Tevin Martin.
You're so
Martin
dramatic.
always, I'm gonna invite Martin one time here. It's too early for him as well. He's Canada, but West Coast. It is always like Mo. Okay, khalas, it's over. I should
Not
throw
that
the towel.
early.
Mo. And his sarcasm is amazing, Martin. He's like, Mo, it's over. I know it's over, khalas, for us. We shouldn't even watch the games. And I'm like,
You
but
guys
that's
are so dramatic. Oh, come on. We can still win the domestic
Kevin.
cup. We can still try to go far in the Champions League. I've said that multiple times, guys. But we're not, you know what I mean? Like we're talking about performances and stuff like that. So we're trying to be honest, but it's like, don't be like that. Don't be like that. It's all over, guys. Don't do that. Come on, because I didn't even say all that. I just said it's unlikely we win the league from here.
And I think that is very true, though. By the way, like that is very true, but people don't want to believe it. It is your percentage have went way down from day one to today. Can anyone deny that? Anyone that denies that is just crazy, to be honest. It's just crazy. He is so shameless. Liverpool did not lose the best player. That's for you, Husam, when you were talking about the
Bro,
injuries.
On who said
is
Odegaard
true.
is your best? Who said Odegaard is your best player?
No one
I'm
said
the only
Odegaard.
person who could say I lost my best player.
Yeah,
I
you
agree
have
with that. I
Yeah,
agree.
lost
Kel
your
is
best
right.
player, yes.
You didn't lose your best player either, because Saka's your best player and your second best player is Saliba.
Bro,
So
if you-
hold.
And we
My
lost our
guy-
best player for the whole season. He's not coming back. So at least you guys got Odegaard back.
Red and white cannon. If you
Your
lose
cannon
Saka,
ain't
you're
got no cannonball.
completely finished, bro. If you lose Saka, you're finished. Doesn't matter if
Yeah,
you have
if you
Odegaard,
lose
if the whole
Saka,
team-
you're
you're
not going to
finished.
finish top 4. If you lose Saka,
You're
not even
finished,
top
bro.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
lose Saka. Cut the cameras. It's done.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's over,
I'm
bro.
not
If you lose
Gonna
Saka, I'll
advance
tell you what. If you lose Saka, me and Kel won't be on the stream. Mo will invite Jess with Crystal Palace fans and Brentford fans, and he'll do a fucking stream.
Oh
please.
my gosh, no.
Our best player. This Odegaard revisionism, by the way, is fucking hilarious. I'll tell you players who I think would affect you more if they were injured for a period of time. Saka, Saliba, and one injury that no one talks about, David Raya. That's another one that will fuck you up had he got injured for a long time. And then we haven't even discussed your best midfielder this season, Thomas from Ghana. So yeah, wake up, Habibi,
Yeah.
wake up. We didn't lose
No.
our best player, neither did you.
Well, let me put it this way. I just had to speak on this for 2 seconds.
I wanted to
Odegaard-
speak about Saka and Odegaard, but after super chat, like
Okay, go ahead.
because-
Yeah, do your thing. Do your
yeah, because we have to speak about how Saka's so underrated and people just still. Husam,
Now he wants to kiss Arsenal ass after cooking.
No,
them
no,
for
no,
40 minutes.
no. Let me tell you. Yesterday,
Nah,
on
you ain't gonna
Twitter,
fool the Arsenal fans.
after yesterday, a lot of people still said he scored a goal that from a mistake and he had a deflection assist. He only scored one goal. It's a tap in, literally on everyone.
Can I give you just a quick stat?
Let me just finish the super chat before you give me the
Finish,
stats about
finish.
Saka. We need
Finish.
better luck with injuries because squad building hasn't been great. Injuries do not affect Liverpool as badly as they do. Surely that's true.
No. Surely that's true based on what, Habibi? Based on what? Because I have Jota out, who's my second best forward. The other 4 are all mid, and I've got one loser in them. Alisson is
think
the
you
best
have someone
goalkeeper in
there.
the whole. Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the whole planet, bro. The only one that compares to him is Courtois. And second, I lost Trent, who is
And they, by the way, the proof the
2
point,
of
they
our
literally-
4 world-class players.
they
The
literally
4
dropped 2
horsemen
points because
became
of
2,
Callagher.
and we still won games, bro.
They still
Yeah,
they
you
lost
have
2
depth.
points.
I think that's the
You have
point. You have some depth, and
Have you watched
what's
Darwin
our
Nunes
depth?
lately?
Connor Bradley and Kelleher. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Our depth is Connor Bradley and Kelleher. That's like
Well, Keller is
level.
pretty damn good.
yeah,
just lost
Kelleher.
two points.
Most teams don't have a backup like that. Like you said, if Raya got injured, who are they putting in? Some bozo?
Okay,
They don't have a
Odegaard is
Keller
injured.
type or an Ortega
Odegaard
type.
is injured. They could play Nwaneri. Why they didn't play him?
Because He's like 17.
Oh,
No,
and Bradley could be my
that's not
child.
Yamil Lamal. Like nobody's trusting a 17-year-old like that.
Yeah, but Bradley could be my kid as well.
Well, he has experience from last season. And
Yeah,
Mari
like 3
doesn't.
games. Come on.
Didn't he start that Carabao Cup win? That's more experience than anybody
No, he didn't start
coming
the
off
final.
of Arsenal's bench.
He didn't start the final.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, he didn't.
Arteta is Arteta defensive or offensive type of coach? To me, neither. I'm confused.
I mean,
Ooh.
but that's the point, is that Jamie Carragher was saying that he was trying to be Mourinho, but then we turned around and watched us play good attacking football for 2 or 3 games. Then we turned around and did nothing against Fulham. Then we turned around against Monaco and then started playing attacking football. When you watch Arteta's first ever interview for Arsenal when he got the job, when he was young and he wasn't all stressed out, he was saying that he wanted to have the ball, he wanted to attack, he wanted to score loads of goals. That's what his intention was. He didn't say anything about being great defensively or solid. He just said that he wanted to dominate. And so that's who I think he wants to be. But I just feel like ever since that first season where we challenged, he's a little bit confused himself about what he wants to be. And I think he has to double down on something. There's nothing wrong with being flexible, but at the top level, most managers have a style and they stick with it and they dominate with that style. They don't flip-flop between styles every other game. You know what I mean? Especially against, like, we haven't played a top 6 team in a minute, except for Man United, but you know what I mean? So it's like,
Top
He's
16.
He needed to
confused.
be kicked out of the top.
yeah,
Yes,
but
sure.
I feel like he's confused a little bit
They're
too.
below. They're below.
Jay is
Brentford.
saying, Jess is right. Football is a moment game. When your moment comes, you need to take it because the next is not guaranteed. City drop off, Liverpool ran away.
Yes.
And that's what she's saying. No, but
That's why
Jess
I'm
said-
saying every
Bro,
game.
Jess
People
is
don't
saying
get this.
something else. Jess is saying she saw this in the crystal ball before the season happened. That's different,
City
bro.
are a satanic club. In
Whoa.
January, they will buy
Harsh.
someone, and then February until May, they'll go on that satanic run
I don't
where
think
they
no,
just win
not this season.
300 games in a row,
I don't think
and
so.
there is nothing that you can do to stop them, which is why you have to push yourself as the angels of the Premier League. I want to push myself so far away that even when the devil tries to catch you, you can't. It's too late,
Not the
Habibi. I'm 20
angels.
points ahead. To
Not
be
the
honest, Kel will
angels.
tell you that's actually what we did in 2019, 2020. Every time City lost, we won. And by the
Yeah.
time they decided to play football again, it was like, it's too late. Like, we're too
There's
far
another-
ahead now.
You had already like wanted in January or some nonsense like that. Like it was
Yeah.
already
February,
done.
the Pep Guardiola threw out the league in February.
No, we had no center backs that season because Laporte once Laporte went down, it was like that was the end of the season.
But yeah, I mean,
and
we
he
had
went down like
two-
right after the window closed. So there was no chance. It's just like this season when Rodrigo went down right after the window closed, and you have to like try to survive until January until the window opens, and by then it's too late.
Yeah, we've had 3 opportunities, guys. Let's be honest. We had one where we were way ahead and nobody expected us to be. Then we had the next one where we had a great, like a expensive ass window, you know, and we finished 2 points behind them. Now we have this one. We're sitting aren't even a part of it, and you know, so I don't know what to tell you.
She's
Give me a
saying
Carabao
this,
Cup.
this joke never ceases to amaze me. I believe in Arsenal to win the league because they have the best defensive striker in the league. See?
See, he's a
Wallahi,
Chelsea fan. In case you guys are
keep
unaware.
doing this joke. See? 'Cause
Oh my
whoever-
God.
I want to actually know whoever said that live on TV or on YouTube. And this clip will stay forever. We have the best defensive striker in the league.
Who said
This-
that?
I think someone said that, and then they just ran away with this joke. Someone is trying to praise Kai Havertz, and he said it's the best defensive striker in the league.
Oh, I thought they were talking about Jesus.
No, they're talking about
Who's the
because someone was
player?
saying what is
Kai?
yeah, he's the best defensive
Yeah, the
striker
same
in the league
player.
because he works so hard. It's so hard. Oh my god. AMT. But is Arteta the right man for Arsenal to go into the next level? That question I've heard many times before.
This season, it will be the proof in the pudding.
Yeah, I agree with Husam. I don't know why we're so afraid to ask this question. Every time you ask this question to somebody, they start saying, well, where we were when he first, that's done. That's done. He should get a lot of credit for rebuilding the club. But we're not rebuilding anymore.
Yeah.
Guys, we're not rebuilding. Is he going to help us win big trophies? That's the question. And y'all said that he would prove it now. So let's see what he does. You know,
Injuries. He has injuries. He has injuries.
everyone has injuries, man.
He has a lot of injuries.
Everyone's got injuries. 70, 80 games a season, you're going to get injuries. I don't know what to tell you. And you know what? If you know you're going to get injuries, how about you make sure that you actually buy more than Sterling in the summer? How about
You
let's
bought
do that?
Moreno and Calafiori.
Or actually use the squad players that you have. Use Winery, use Miles Lewis-Skelly. Yesterday was a really bad day for the you can't play kids, by the way. That group, you lost because we should be using the kids. There are plenty of 17, 18, 19-year-olds doing
I
well
agree
for
with
their
that
teams
sentiment.
across Europe. You know, like it's not like Miles Lewis-Skelly was playing in a preseason game. He was playing against Monaco in the Champions League. Use them. Use them. What do you have to lose? Like just play them. Just do it.
Mo promised me you and Husam will cook us if we win a game by one penalty, even if we play well or play shit. I will never cook. Why would I cook Arsenal if they win a game? Why?
No, not
Suraida?
if you play well. If you play well, I don't cook Arsenal if you play well.
I don't know why
I
people
didn't
think.
watch the game yesterday, to be honest with you. That's why I'm just talking about the Fulham game more than anything else. Since we last spoke, because we never spoke about the Fulham game on this show.
Yeah. Okay, this is Jess's. Come on. You don't have to. Go ahead. People just like to
Take
say
the money
stuff
and
like
run.
this. No. People just like to say this stuff and they think they're slick. But you're not. You're not. You're still watching.
Also, my name is
I didn't
spelled
get nailed
with
on that one.
Yeah, you're just watching. You're still watching.
my name is spelled with one S. Look, right here. See, one S.
Sam. Oh, and then he's up Hassam, which is I don't know what Hassam is, but fine.
It's in front of
Arsenal
your
is-
face. Just copy paste
Yes.
what's written here.
Yeah, it's just right in front of
I
me.
remember
Could have saved a character.
Papa Beard from the last show, and I was like, Spurs can get something.
Oh yeah.
People never forget.
Spurs.
They
Spurs were
never
gonna get something in
forget.
that game.
My
They
goodness.
don't
They
forget.
were up 2-0 and then lost. What was it, 4-3 or something like
4-2.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
4-3, yeah.
Damn. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah. It's
You were
the
that
3-point
close.
lane for Chelsea fans. I'll hold that.
The only team you can count on the Spurs showing up against is my team. They just
Correct.
that against every other team, but for some odd reason we're in their
Correct.
Champions League final every single game.
That's one of
Spurs
my
against Man City turn into Tottenham de Madrid. That's what they do because they wear white. So they turn into the
Basically, yeah.
Madrid version of themselves.
And
Kill. Answer for the crimes of Pep.
God, I think I've said everything that needs to be
We'll
said.
be right back.
Yeah.
He,
What else?
he
is there to
calls
say,
out the
man?
players yesterday. He calls out the
Yeah,
players.
they're spent right now. I mean, Gundogan looked really bad yesterday. I feel bad for him. He was not meant to start every game. And you can tell his legs are just completely gone. It's like watching Fabinho and Henderson out there right now in that midfield from a couple seasons ago. They're shot. His legs are shot. Bernardo's legs are shot. There's no energy. That midfield.
Can
is
I ask the real
so
question?
dead.
Is this the end of this era for City? People, we can analyze the games. We can do this and that. Is this the end? This is it.
I mean, it's the end of this group of players. Like, it's the end of Gundogan, it's the end of Bernardo, it's the end of John Stones, it's the end of Kyle Walker. Like, that core has been around for like 7-8
So who's
seasons.
there for the rebuild then?
Well, Holland will be there. Yashko will be there.
Have you watched
Doku,
Holland yesterday?
Savinho,
Have you watched Holland lately?
Oh, don't get me started on him. I'm very upset with
Pep is ruining him
Dude,
as
it's
well.
pissing me off. He needs to
Ruin
not
the
be a spoiled
guy.
brat. His body language the past couple of weeks has just been atrocious. Like, he needs to snap out of this funk he's in. But the problem is we don't have a backup striker for him because some genius, Pep, thought it would be a good idea to get rid of Alvarez and not bring somebody in to, push him. So Holland can have this stinky attitude because there's literally nobody who's going to take his minutes away. And he has to play every minute of every game, even when we're losing.
Do you think you should have benched Holland if you have another striker?
Yeah, because his attitude is crap right now. His body language is very negative. He's stopped making the runs. So, when there's a miracle and a cross actually does come in, there's nobody to put it away.
Jess, I want to ask you something while Kilk's talking. Just go to FootMob, SofaScore, or anything. I know you were watching Arsenal. check Haaland's stats from yesterday. Just check it. In the game, he played 90 minutes, the whole game. Just check
He
it.
was swarmed. Yeah, well, this midfield is such trash that it's so easy to just isolate him. He had 4 center backs on him the entire game. Like, he just had nothing. And he got that one chance and he screwed it up.
It was a great save, to be honest, by the goalkeeper. It was a great
He
save.
hit it right at him.
Yeah, but
No, he
after-
stuck his arm out. Sorry, I'm confusing a different game. It's all blurring together at this point. But no, yeah, and that was his only chance of the game because literally nobody on this team can create a single chance outside of a broken down 34-year-old Kevin De Bruyne. So there just wasn't much going on. There wasn't much for him to do. And then he gets his one chance and he's so out of it, he missed it.
For the people that ask, why did I say he ruined Haaland? I'm going to tell you why I think that. And I want you to have a little bit of an open mind, people. Why?
I don't think he
Haaland
ruined him.
scored
I just don't think he plays
plenty-
to Haaland's strengths. And he
Haaland,
never has, and he never will. Like, that's
He
just
did.
how.
So in the first season and in the second season, he played. But now, because the creativity is gone, City play with 10 men. Haaland yesterday, 90
We're
minutes,
playing with
completed,
like 7 or 8 men right now. 'cause
completed
there's a lot of
5
people
passes.
offering nothing.
Guys, he had... The thing about yesterday is that it's not that he won 0 duels. He had 0 duels. Like, he had no... like, he wasn't in the game. There is a difference when you are in the game and you lose your duels, aerial or ground. He had 0 duels in everything. He had Zelsh. He had 1 chance, he missed it. And City literally bypassed him in everything. As he's not playing with them. Even the commentators yesterday, Rob Green on Paramount Plus, he was saying, why are City not even considering Haaland part of the team in this game? They said, why is Haaland not involved at all? And no one is even trying to tell the guy, do something else. Guys, he completed 5 passes. He won 0 duels, ground, aerial, everything. Everything. He's not involved.
One
That's
thing
what I
don't
mean.
understand is we have Ederson, who is like the best keeper in the world with his feet. I don't know why we're not using him more to send a long ball to Haaland a couple times a game, because it's clear our midfield is garbage. The buildup is too damn slow. It allows the team to reset. So I don't know why we're not letting Ederson uncork some long balls to Haaland, because, bring back Dortmund Haaland a little bit. You don't have to do it all the time, but do it a couple times a game just to kind of break up the defense a little bit and keep them honest. Like, I don't know why we don't do that, because Ederson he's really good at that. And I know the problems have been all in the midfield, but it's like he can bypass the midfield as kicks because he's that good. And Haaland is a very fast runner. Like, I don't know why we're not leaning into that more, because it's clear what's happening or what we're doing right now. It's not working. The buildup is just way too slow. It's always passed backwards from everybody, not just Jack Grealish. It's everybody. Like Bernardo, every pass Bernardo makes goes backwards. Nobody's pressing. Like, that midfield is just completely shot, and it just died overnight. Like, it's like
you guys need a different option. I think you guys made a mistake
in addressing the system.
You guys made a mistake getting rid of Julian Alvarez. I just feel like you need another
They
option.
wanted him out.
No, the
Every
mistake
Man
was not
City fan
replacing
wanted
him.
him out.
He really wanted out. And
He wanted to leave, and they're like, yeah, if you want to go,
you
you're
could have
never going to
could've
start
convinced
over
him
Haaland.
to
because
stay
it
if you
disrupts
would
the
give
dressing
him
room.
more minutes. You can't
No,
just
he had
have
plenty of
Haaland.
minutes last season. He wants to be a striker, and he's never going to be a striker.
He would
when
have been
Haaland's in front
now.
of him.
Yeah,
He would
because
have
you could
been
drop
now.
Haaland.
Well, Pep doesn't play with 2 strikers.
He would have dropped
no,
Haaland.
I'm saying Haaland on the
He
bench.
was Haaland's backup
Guys,
for 2 years.
he-
He didn't want to be
40
Haaland's backup for a
Hell.
3rd year.
45 minutes in the second half. He attempted 3 passes, completed 1. 45 minutes.
But yeah, Haaland's
He
there just to put
attempted
goals
3
away. He's not really there to do anything
But he
else.
wasn't
The problem
like
is there's
this.
nobody else there
He-
to do any of the other work for him. Like,
He was never, by the way, Erling Haaland was not that guy. For Dortmund and Salzburg, he used to run with the ball.
I
He used to
know. I
receive
don't
the
know
ball
why we
outside
don't
the
do
18.
that.
Because
That's
Pep,
on the manager. That's not on the player. The player is
It's on
doing
the
what the
manager,
manager
of
is
course.
telling him to do.
yesterday, and by the way, Jack Grealish on the transition couple of times, running with the ball, no one is moving. And he passes the ball to Doku, and Doku's too slow to dribble his man. And Doku steps on the ball, wait for the whole Juventus team to come back. And then he's trying to dribble, wins a free kick. Okay, you whip it in. Juventus clear it with ease because you're not that good against them in the air. Listen,
Yeah, we have a bunch of like 5'8" guys.
you know what the
We're
problem
never
is?
good in the air.
I don't think the rebuild will work.
Well, they're gonna have to rebuild this. All these players are old. Like
name me
Gundogan's
the players you're
34,
gonna
Kyle
rebuild
Walker's
with.
34, Kevin De Bruyne's 33, Bernardo's 30, John Stones is like 30, Nathan Ake is about to turn 30. But all these players have a lot of miles on their legs. They have to be sold. And
Okay,
they
now,
have to
Kelk,
be,
I want you
like,
to
the
name
rebuild
the
is
players.
coming, and we're going to
Okay,
spend money.
no,
whether
hold
you
on,
like
hold
it
on,
or not.
hold on. I want everyone in the chat, and I want you to think about who are the core of the rebuild. Now, name the young players. You want me
Cole
to name
Palmer.
them with you?
No.
It's Ruben Diaz, it's Joshko Vardiol,
Forget
it's
them.
Holland,
Okay, defense.
it's Doku,
Holland.
it's Savio. Like that's
Doku Savio. Okay,
those
finish.
are the only young guys we have in our team. I guess you could
Finish.
say Rico Lewis, but I'm struggling to see where he.
Okay, exactly.
Phil Foden.
But here's the
he's not
thing:
going
if you
anywhere.
look at the
I know you
names
don't
that
rate
are
him, but
coming
he's
up,
not going anywhere.
if you look at the
Oscar
names that are
Bob.
coming up for City, look at the names that are coming up for City, right? Savinho, Doku, is he gonna ever be good enough for City? Phil Foden, okay. I don't know what to say.
Phil Foden has
Rico
Phil Foden
Lewis.
can do it. He's just not consistent, but he can do it. He proved it last
Yeah, but that's
season.
the problem. A
and he's proven it
rebuild
other
needs
seasons too.
consistency.
Yeah, that's his problem. He's just not consistent. And so, but he has the talent. He can do it. We've seen it multiple years.
Gavardiol, Diaz, I think Ruben Diaz is finished. I think he's gonna
Isn't he
go.
like 25 or so, 26?
No, I think he's finished.
He just turned 27.
I think
So
he's finished.
he's entering his prime.
I'm not saying he's finished in terms of like, I think he's finished at City.
And they'll still have a couple seasons of Rodri.
I think he's finished at City, to be honest. Ruben Diaz.
Diaz, he's not going anywhere. Diaz is going to be our next captain. If you want to talk finished at City, you're talking about Kyle Walker. That guy is absolutely finished.
People don't understand when I say finished. I say at 27, you might have been burned out at this club and you need a change. I've seen it many times.
He's fine. Ruben Diaz is not the problem.
Every time he plays this season, he gets cooked. Cooked.
No, he doesn't.
Ruben Diaz.
No, Ruben Diaz is not the problem right now.
He's not the problem.
The midfield
But I
is
don't-
the glaring
But I
problem.
don't think you're not going to build a defense with Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz is a good defender, but if the system is not working, he's not a Saliba, he's not a Van Dijk. He can't defend on his
He
own.
doesn't have to be.
But that's the problem now. People are figuring out City. People are not afraid of City. People are attacking Manchester City.
Yeah, because our
They've never
midfield is
faced that.
complete garbage. That's like an MLS level of midfield right now. It's so bad. It's so easy to just take the ball away. Like, I don't even play the sport, and I could probably beat that midfield right now. It's so bad. Like, Gundogan is just completely finished. He can't do anything.
And you're
positive right now.
guaranteed that Rodri is going to come back from the ACL and the meniscus, the same guy. It will take him time.
I know that. That's why they have to sign somebody to play next to him.
I don't know who they're going to sign. They said they're not going to sign Bruno
Surgery, so
Guimaraes.
I tend to not worry. I don't know about ACL, but we see a lot of players come back. Look at Van Dijk. And look at Gavi. He's come back he literally had meniscus and an ACL. Look at him. He's coming back all right.
We'll see. I think Rodri is going to come back all right, but it's not only about Rodri. Kevin De Bruyne yesterday looked slower, way slower than before.
Yeah, he does. And the bad thing about yesterday is he looked like our best player. As bad as he was yesterday,
is
he looked like our
crazy.
best player.
He's
That was
just
the
a
worst
one
part
of
about yesterday.
one. You guys have like some players in your team that are like one of one that are so hard to replace because
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
never going to find anyone like that. And Thierry Henry did a really interesting like side by side of Savinho versus Mahrez yesterday
I saw that.
to
Yeah.
show like that you saw it. And I'm just like, I think it's a little harsh because obviously Savinho is young, but it just shows how hard it is to replace that like special talent. You guys do have a job on your hands. I think that's really obvious. But the way that the team has been like built for this year is really poor.
The squad building this season was terrible. They
Yeah.
just didn't refresh anything. They were like, oh, sure, Savio is good enough. I don't think they anticipated everybody falling off a cliff at the same time.
That's how it happens. I'm telling you. You got an old ass team.
They
all fall off
guys
at
like
once.
Bernardo have been pushing for so many years.
The guy looks like a different guy.
Not account for that.
Yeah.
Some of them look like just different people. Like Bernardo Silva look like a different guy. Different guy.
Bernardo,
He's not the
his
same
head's
guy.
been gone for a while. He's
Yeah,
been wanting to
it
leave for
could be a
years.
mental
He hates the
thing.
Manchester weather. But now he's on such high wages, nobody's gonna buy him.
Yeah.
That's another problem. That's
Yeah.
another problem.
There's
Let me
been
do a
some bad
couple of these.
contracts handed out.
Mm.
And
You did
the
the-
recruiting has missed. I would say the only the past couple of seasons, like Akanji was a good signing, Holland was a good signing, and Vardiol was a good signing.
By the way, that's why
rest are either
Declan
not
Rice
good enough or
was supposed to be the guy for City, in my opinion. Declan Rice. You should have paid more money again and convinced the guy to
He
join
didn't
the
want to
club.
come. He didn't want to leave London. He just, and honestly, I'm not sure he wanted to challenge himself that much. Because Pep would have turned him into a world beater. He would have found a way to play him next to Rodri.
There's
Yeah, he would've-
nothing. There's no bigger challenge in the world than
play for
coming
Arsenal
in as
Football
the
Club.
marquee signing for Arsenal Football Club. Manchester City is not a challenge. You come straight in, and whether you play or not, you'll probably win some trophies. There's no bigger challenge than
Did he
coming
back
in
himself
as
to be good
Arsenal's
enough to
marquee
play?
signing.
I don't think he did.
He would have played. You guys had Kelvin
Kovacic
Phillips
that left and Kovacic.
Kovacic. He was obviously girl.
No, Kova. No, yeah, no, Kova was the year. Kova was,
No, it was his last
no, it was
year.
the summer. Never mind. Sorry, I'm
It's
getting
last
you
year.
confused.
You guys telling me Declan Rice wouldn't have played in that team?
Well, yeah, I think Pep had sold him on the idea of becoming an 8, and he got scared of that. He wanted to play 6, and he couldn't because Rodri was in
And then
front of him.
Arteta played him 8 for most of
Yeah,
his.
that was the ironic part.
Do you think that was a surprise on him that he just came to Arsenal and he just popped up in the 8?
No, I think he wanted to stay in London.
I think he just wanted to play for Arsenal.
I think he wanted to stay in London because there's families. He just had a baby and all that stuff.
Why would he want to play for Arsenal instead of City?
You know,
Doesn't
At the
make any
time,
sense.
yeah, City had just come off a treble. Like we looked
Yeah.
like we were gonna we looked like we were gonna be world beaters for a long time. He could have come and he could
It's
have.
London. It's London. It's London. And also, it's not only London. It's the legwork that Arsenal did. Arsenal have been talking about Declan Rice and convincing him about the project and everything. And City just came in last minute. I'm like, hey, how about you join us? And he's like,
yeah,
no,
I do think
already
it's a
there.
little disingenuous to just put it down to like London.
No, it's
You know,
it's
He still backs
literally
himself,
like
to go
convincing.
to the best team in the world. Then I question.
yeah, it's not
I'll have
about
some
being the
question
best
marks.
team in the world, but also saying that it wouldn't have been. It's not a challenge to come to Arsenal. It's a bigger challenge to come to Man City. It's just.
It's much
yeah.
bigger challenge to go to Arsenal, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it's a much bigger challenge.
Much
So,
bigger
yeah.
challenge, especially being 110 million pound. It's a much bigger challenge. If
Look
you
at
go to
Grealish.
City,
Look
if you
at
go to
Grealish.
City or
He's
100
left money,
million,
no one talks
literally
about it.
he had a year off after the transfer the first year, and no one questioned him. It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah.
People kept saying, yeah, he's getting used to the team. 100 million pound, you shouldn't be getting used to the team, man. You should be playing right away. It is easier, especially with the superstars around you, to go to Man City than to now. If Bruno Guimaraes goes to City, all eyes on him. Now I think it's much bigger challenge to go to City today. This January, if any player choose to go to City now, it's hard. It is tough. Now, if you are choosing to go to City today, I think it's very tough. But listen, if I'm looking at Pep, I actually think he walks at the end of the season.
I don't know what he's gonna do.
I think he walks.
I
That's
think
my take.
He just signed the extension.
Clip this. Clip this. He's not feeling loved. Clip this.
Clip it.
If they don't,
I'm
gonna tell you something.
People outside of
No, but if they don't back him with a lot of money, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? How is he gonna perform? I'm being serious. How is he gonna perform? If they don't back him with money, what is gonna happen?
Well, he is gonna have to be backed with money because everybody knows we're a rich club, so they're not gonna like give us a discount on the fee.
Which is exactly the problem.
So
if you go for Bruno Guimaraes
for so long, but I've heard that Viana is not afraid to spend some money. So if there's an impact player out there, like if they get any indication that Verts wanted to come, I think they would pay whatever fee was asked. That's just
do you think they're going to be able to spend a 300 million pounds?
Yeah,
in one summer.
We had a ton of money in the past couple of years in prize money. We won all those. We won the Premier League all those years, the Champions League. Like they've made a ton of money just in prize money, and then I think their profit last season in the summer was like over 100 million. Like they've made a ton of money, and they haven't. Like last summer, they didn't really spend much of it. I mean, they did a little bit the season before, but yeah, they very, very rich club. Like, so don't be surprised when they spend money to get out of this. Cause like I've said, they have some very old players that they need to replace, and replacing those kind of players is going to cost money. Nobody's giving City a discount. They're going to give them the maximum. They're going to ask for the maximum fee unless it's a release clause. So yeah, a lot of money will be spent, and it has to be because this is a very old squad. If you look at the average age, it's up there with one of the highest in the league. And those kind of players logically just have to move on, and you have to replace them with younger players. And the market's so weak right now that there's going to be some high fees, and it's going to be a lot of money spent. And I don't want to hear you crying about it because your team would be doing the same. Well, maybe not your team because they don't have any money, but any other team would be spending money if they needed to replace players.
Yeah, I hear you, but let me do a couple of the super chats. Okay, it's because I love Husam and Mo. Thank you, Captain. At least you said him. Please ask Jess about Thomas Party. Mo, she hates him. No, I know. He's doing good now. You can't deny that.
Yeah, he played good.
I've
You're
got
not gonna give him.
comments.
That's it.
No, what?
Okay.
He's on hella wages. He should be starting every game. He should be consistent. And he's been here for 5 years and has played like one full season. I'm not going to be sitting here. I've always said that he's a great player, but the same person that says that I'll hate Partey, they've objectively really good performance from Rice. People are saying that he wasn't good. So I'm not trying to listen. You be honest about Rice. I'll be honest about Partey. Let's do that. I still would let Partey leave at the end of the season. There's nothing that he could do to change my mind. Y'all know that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Lavia, Palmer, Sancho. That could have been City's next era. Wow. Well, Sancho, no.
Hindsight.
Lavia Sanchez left a really long time ago.
The only one I will give. Okay, actually, the two guys I'll give you is Lavia and Palmer.
Oh, Lavia left in the treble season or before it. He knew he was not going to play. This is before. No, once he signed Phillips, he was like, yeah, which was a dumb signing. But yeah, no, he left that season right before the summer before the treble season. He wasn't going to play.
I feel like Palmer's the only valid one, like the really valid
Lavia.
one.
They knew Lavia is very good. They gave him to Southampton, and they only had a buyback for 1 year, and they didn't even execute that buyback. They thought,
Phillips, which is a dumb signing. I reiterate, dumb signing. But
that's the thing. It comes to recruitment and scouting people, right? If you thought that Calvin Phillips would come in and do a better job than Lavia, it's not on me. It's on your recruitment and scouting. Jay saying, I said it on your last show. I think there is a split in the dressing room. When a team gets this bad so fast, it is normally a split. The whole team is fighting for him. Liverpool was not this bad with injuries. I don't think. Does anybody think that there's a split in the dressing room for City? No, I don't think so.
There's something going on. I've given up trying to figure out what it is. I don't think it's just one thing. I don't think there's just like a silver bullet. I think I think it's just a lot of factors. Like the team got old. They all got old really fast, and I don't know. There's just a lot of mystery going on. There's a lot of players who are having like these like mystery, like Jack has these mystery excuses, and Foden has these mystery things, and I don't know. None of it's been public, and I'm not an ITK. I don't know anybody at the club, so I've got no clue what's going on.
I think it's very strange that all of them at the same time. To be honest, that doesn't make any sense to me. By the way, it doesn't. How are all of them at the same time? It doesn't.
The thing that pissed me off the most about yesterday is it just looked like everyone gave up outside of. I think De Bruyne was trying, but his body just can't do what it used to be able to do. And I thought Doku was trying, but everyone else, I was like, you guys just all look like you don't care. And that's what, like I can handle losing, that's fine, but at least try. Like you're not seeing it. Nobody's pressing, nobody's going for that second ball, nobody's going for the ball when they lose it. They just sit there and watch when a mistake is made and they don't try to fix it. And that's the kind of stuff that just really annoys me.
You know what?
I don't care if you're bad and you're losing because you're bad. I'm just like, but try.
You're not used to it.
Put some effort into it, yeah.
They're not used to it. That's the difference. Adversity. You're not used to it.
A lot of them came from teams that weren't winning. Like
they have been winning for a while.
And Dortmund was okay when Holland was there. And Leipzig were just okay when Vardiol was there. Like these.
But you aren't gonna put it.
Those players have had experience on a lot of
the leaders, the likes of Kyle Walker, the likes of Diaz.
Kyle Walker came from Spurs, so he wasn't.
The likes of but they have been at City for so long. They're not used to losing.
Yeah, those kind of players, definitely. They've forgotten what it's like to lose.
The mentality of the club is kind of strange now. When you look at the heads down after 1-0, you don't believe in yourself to even get an equalizer.
Well, we're not. Well,
Erling
Haaland
looks so defeated after you got scored on the first goal. Looks so defeated. I'm like, bro, it's only 1-0. It's okay.
I'm getting it. Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that's annoying me. I'm like, don't give up. Like, they never would have given up in the past. So I'm just questioning the leadership. Also on the manager, but also the team leadership, because our leadership group doesn't.
And also, it doesn't help that the manager every time they get scored on sit on the sideline and start banging on his head and doing this.
That's not helping.
And like it's not.
There's nobody like Vincent Kompany to sit there and be like, or to get on to
Exactly.
get on somebody
He's
when
so
you make a mistake.
defeated.
Saying, don't
Well,
do that again. Let's go. Let's
he's so on the
do it. Like,
sideline.
there's nobody doing
he's,
it. Kyle Walker doesn't do that.
This
he's
is
so
kind of like
defeated.
the first time that this has ever really happened to them, though. I do feel like, you know, when you're going through an adversity like this and you've never felt like this before and you don't have answers, I just feel like there's a little bit of like, what do we do?
It's probably,
You know,
it's like the first time since the takeover.
yeah,
long
they're like,
time,
what do we get?
I
Genuinely,
mean, this is
we've
nothing
never
new for
seen this
Manchester City
before.
historically.
Yeah.
He has
This-
never seen it in his
recent
career, so he
history,
doesn't
yes,
know.
it's very different.
Yeah, like they genuinely, like this is so new to Pep and to a lot of the players since they've been at City. They're so used to being dominant and being a machine that I'm not surprised that they're struggling a little bit to like figure out, you know, because they don't have De Bruyne to just carry. They don't, because De Bruyne's not, he's not his full self.
Father
They
time
don't
comes
have
for
Rodri.
everybody.
So I'm not
We're
surprised.
missing that from Rodri, because Rodri is the guy in the locker room who says, "Get your S together." Like he
Yeah.
is. If you watch any, I doubt anybody watches the documentaries and stuff, but he's always the one after a loss to get everybody back on track, and that is one of the biggest things that's missing from him this season. Like,
Yeah.
it's an underrated aspect of Rodri that
Yeah.
is definitely missing. And that's
But
why
I
he's the
agree
best
with
player in the world.
Mo. I agree with Mo that the things that Pep is doing, I do feel like is a little bit like, okay, relax.
He's being very stubborn with his shape. He's running his shape as if
he
has
has
his best
never
players,
faced this in his
and
life.
it's very clear that the players he has cannot
Every game he's
succeed in that shape.
behind. Kelk, every game he's behind. They're the kings of comeback. Guys, they fell behind to
It takes
Ipswich.
one mistake from this midfield. 'Cause
Southampton.
This midfield is worse than an MLS midfield.
Yeah, but
This
every
midfield is
chance is a goal now.
trash.
Every chance against City is a like you
Well,
would.
it's very easy.
By the way,
it's very
you
easy
know the
to just
Wolves
pick on Gundogan. It's easy to pick on Rico Lewis. They're so tiny. They have no physicality. They're so easy to bully. Like Rico just constantly loses the ball. So it's very easy for other teams to just target that. And there are solutions potentially out there, but we don't see them. We just keep seeing 34-year-old Gundogan just getting absolutely embarrassed every game. You know, we don't see Nunes in there, even though Nunes, because no, Nunes' first touch isn't the greatest, and sometimes he loses the ball, but somehow that's unacceptable. But Gundogan getting trashed every game is fine. Because Nunes, I know he's not the greatest, but he at least has some young legs. He can run. Nobody in this midfield can run. There was a clip of Gundo yesterday. It was painful to watch. He's just like barely jogging, and you could see like the agony in his face because he just has nothing left in his legs. And I'm screaming out. I'm like, put somebody with some legs in there. I see one of these academy kids. Like, you're telling me that Jacob Wright or Nico O'Reilly would be doing worse than what Gundogan's doing right now? I don't get it. Like, this system, we've seen it work in flashes. It can't work with these players, and he just refuses to change the players. He's just addicted to Gundogan and Bernardo right now, and I think neither of them are offering anything. And I'm just getting frustrated that they aren't being benched. Like, yeah. Pep is having some struggles here, and I'm holding him accountable. Like, he's the one telling all these players what to do. They physically can't do it, and they mentally can't do it because they've mentally just given up. And he never rotates them out. There's no pressure on them. These poor kids are just rotting on the bench. They're not getting any minutes. They're not playing any EDS minutes either. So they're literally just doing nothing. And yeah, it's a lot. I don't know what's going on.
I feel bad for
They
like
need to
Rico
change, and
Lewis.
it's not changing, and I'm getting annoyed with it.
You
I
feel
feel
bad for
bad
Rico.
for-
He's an
Yeah.
annoying kid.
Well,
He is so
the reason
annoying
why
on the pitch.
the reason why I say that is because just a couple of years ago, maybe even last year, City fans were calling him their Philip Lahm, only for them to like turn around and abuse the guy for not being able to like do a Rodri. Like, he's a kid. Relax.
He was
Like,
doing that next to Rodri, and Rodri hit a lot of his deficits. Gundogan can't hide any of them because Gundogan has the same deficits, and so you put two of them together, and it's just other teams are licking their chops. They're like, yes, we can attack this.
Academy kids, I always feel like it's a little bit like, okay, relax. Because what are your like main guys doing? And I would be, yeah, like Kel was saying, I'd be looking at Bernardo Silva and these guys like, are you guys
Kyle
going to do
Walker has been a
something?
complete disaster this season, but there was an article yesterday that proved some interesting statistics that when Kyle Walker plays, I think we've won one game, and every other game that Kyle Walker has started, we've either drawn or lost. So when I see the lineup now and I see his name in the team sheet, I'm just like, well, this is going to be an exercise. We're not going to win the game because he's completely finished.
Yeah.
But nobody can
Walker,
stay healthy,
man.
unfortunately. We had our ideal back line for 45 minutes, and then they immediately, 2 of them got injured. And that's on the board because it's been well documented that John Stones and Nathan Ake are made of glass. And they decided not to bring a defender in. They decided to go with 7 defenders, 2 of them who are extremely injury prone. And then Akanji, who's been extremely overplayed the past couple of seasons because he's the only like competent person on the back line. Ruben Diaz has injury issues too. And according to Mo, he's trash. So they didn't bring a defender in.
He's all right.
And now we have to play Kyle Walker and Rico Lewis every game. Walker's
None of your
completely finished.
defenders.
Rico's not a fullback. I don't know what Rico is. I don't think anybody knows what Rico is. If you ask him, some say right back, some say midfielder. I think he's awful in the midfield right now. And I don't think he's good as a right back either. And Pep needs to drop this inverted fullback gimmick, but
Do you think you're going to win against... Last question. Do you think you're going to win against United?
yes. I think there'll be some pride at home.
Jess,
if they don't win that, then end the season, Dave.
Surprise on the horizon?
What?
Where are they playing at? Are they at the Etihad?
Etihad.
Oh,
that
yeah.
has not been great.
I think
so here's the thing.
Later in the season, because Emirates just got there and he clearly doesn't have the players to run his system. He walked into that and he's like, this Hoyland guy is not Gyökeres and the back line's not good. And
this is how I think it's going to go. I think it's going to be a stink off.
It's definitely going to be a mid-off. Yeah, this is not going to be a fun game to watch. But
United can't win away from home. They don't have the juice. So they're not going to beat you at your spot. But it's going to be like one of them ugly ass wins, like a 2-1 or something like that.
Yeah, it's not going to be a pretty game.
And also, Amory might come in trying to defend, like just sit in and defend, because he doesn't want his team to get slapped because he knows they're mentally fragile. So you might just get to pass it around and they'll try to do their little counteract nonsense. So yeah, but it's going to be a stink off. Like it really is. And
that meme with the 2 clowns fighting. That's what that's going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
If Man City lose, Pep should be under pressure to be sacked.
He's not ever. Come on, they're not going to
never sack him.
Okay, hold on. One win in 11 with this team, losing at home to Man United. One win in 11.
He has a lot of credit in the bank, Pep.
When is this credit going to run out? Hamza said yesterday, even if they get relegated, he's going to keep Pep.
That is a lie. If City got relegated because of their form, Pep would get sacked. 100%. This team, I would even say he might be under some fire if they don't make Europe in any form. Like, they don't even, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not willing. I'm already starting to think. I'm already going down the rabbit hole. But
I would love to see you guys fall into that top 4
conference. I would love to see Pep Guardiola play against F9.
I want to see.
No, Europa League. Conference League.
Conference League. Oh my gosh.
We're going to Armenia. Kazakhstan. We're going to we're going up to Finland.
FC Noah. You know what I mean?
There's nothing I want more, because I know what you guys. If you guys don't make top 4, which I think you guys will, but play with me a little bit. If you guys don't make top 4, you guys will not want to play any Europe. But the biggest, you guys got to play in one of those other stinky competitions. You must.
It's been a while.
You guys in the whoa, 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 whoa. I would love to just see you guys with the anthem. Whoa, whoa. Yes. Yes.
Guardiola playing Conference League is fantastic.
I love it.
Hey, man,
anyway, listen, people. This was a great show. She knows Arsenal. She did a match reaction yesterday. So go check it out. It's a great match reaction after the Arsenal game. Just go check it out. It's her channel is in the description as well. So she's doing fantastic work all the time. Also follow her on Instagram. She does a lot of work for La Liga as well, previewing the game. She does a lot of work on Instagram. Just go and follow her on Instagram. I know what's your Instagram?
Jessica Black TV.
Jessica Black TV, people. Just go and follow her. Does a lot of magnificent work and a lot of good reels about La Liga and all the work that she does there. We need to support her. Go support her channel as well. And Kilk, you'll find her exclusively on Footy Judge Mo on Thursdays.
No. I will be on Mancunian Way later this afternoon.
All right, then. She's becoming... and she's on the Football Terrace as well.
I'm sure I'll be on some Meltdown streams on Sunday. I got the day off. It's the early morning game.
We'll see.
I'm sure you'll see me post game somewhere, probably on the Football Terrace.
Thank you so much, everyone that super chatted the channel, supported the channel, liked the video, shared the. It's a great support. This will take you to Husam, where he has LB and Dio. I don't know what Dio is going to tell LB, but that would be a hilarious stream. But I'll see you guys maybe tonight on MHF, and I'll see you guys soon. We're out of here. I was going to leave the studio instead of ending the stream.